for the goals for athlete 2, they're similar to athlete 1, but basically he needs to put tape on every time the athlete exercises. So with a hamstring tear, you probably like with an ACL he'd put it around but the kneecap, but with a hamstring he just put it down the back of the hamstring just to make it a little bit more supportive. A motivational music playlist. Create a nutrition plan, stretch every evening to increase the range of motion. Develop respiratory endurance by completing cardio twice a week. Apply ice to the area, so that's things like cryotherapy and thermotherapy and those kind of treatments. And create a training program, come to terms with your injury, keep a journal to track your progress, and attend training sessions to watch and keep motivated, and complete a boot test to assess the fitness levels, attend physio appointments every week, and pass the treatment review to move on to the next stage. So things like let's get the guidance sheet up. So like psychological strategies would be again the motivational music, just like the rugby player, and creating a nutrition plan and training program. So for creating a motivational music playlist is more self-explanatory. You make the playlist to feel more motivated because there's different genres and types of beats that can, make you get that last exercise out, and you come away feeling better. Whereas the nutrition and training program is like an ongoing thing, because if you're injured, you're at home, you're less active, and you need the nutrition plan because you don't want to be eating, junk food, because you want to feel energized, ready for when you start to train again, because otherwise you don't want that kind of like dead weight that you've put on in fat holding you back, because you want to return to football as quickly as possible. And same with the training program. At least if you create a program, you know exactly what sets, how much rest you're going to have, what exercises to do, the different types of regression, progression, so you know what you're going to do. Again, medium goals are just to train with the reserves team, be able to hamstring curl with a weighted barbell, because I think I've included hamstring curls in the exercises, but it's quite difficult with a weighted barbell if your hamstring is getting back to being strong again. Like you can do a standing hamstring curl, you can do it with a dumbbell, but I think with a barbell, if you do it like a bit of like a Swiss ball roll, it's a lot harder. So I think that's quite like a achievable target to be able to do, but it's obviously not a short-term one because it's not going to be instant. It's going to be like take a while to do. And also to be able to complete HIIT training for 20 minutes to increase fitness levels, return to a training session for the first team, and watch a previous game footage so that you need to know what you need to improve on. I think that's quite an important one, just because you can watch your strengths and weaknesses, see what you need to work on. That will also motivate yourself, so like it has a positive psychological effect on your mindset and your training goals. And then the final one, the long term, is to get back into the first team and be playing regular football. So for what is this doing? So for athlete 2, hamstring tear, phase 2, you do a flexion hang, which contracts and strengthens the hamstring, and it's quite a controlled exercise. So for regression, it would be a heel prop, and then for a +1, it'd be a prone hang. So you're just letting your foot, you're letting your legs, like, you can either lie on a table or you can do it like the guy in the photo, like the photo showing you here on the left. You can do that just lying down and use a resistance band like he's using. And then you can use a weighted pro hang just to really contract the muscle, and so you have to slowly control it on the way back down. And then you can do 30-degree squats. The next one is, and it increases range of motion, strengthens around your kneecap, builds leg muscles, and enables you to jump higher and run faster. So the progressions are like squats that are going deeper, so they're going to 50 degrees and 90 degrees. Which obviously as you get stronger will be better for you because you're increasing your muscular endurance. And then the minus regression is 10-degree squats, so you're going a little bit further up, so you're not squatting really, you're just kind of like holding that position. And then if you really feel you can't do that, use the wall to prop yourself up and like squat down a little bit. The next exercise is bridging, so it targets your glutes and hamstrings, and as we said before, the glutes are good for being able to run more efficiently and get larger strides. And it strengthens your lower back and gives you more hip mobility, and also at the same time does your core, which you'll need for other compound exercises like squats and lunges and stuff like that to be able to maintain your balance. So the progression for that one is single leg bridging. And the next one up from that is weighted bridging, which you could either use a resistance band or could just like hold a barbell on you, or even like a weight plate on your hips and thrust up with it. Then for the minus one, it's weighted leg raises. Just instead of thrusting your hip up, at least you're targeting a bit more of your core. So you're just doing weighted leg raises, and then minusing, you can do body weight leg raises just to get your core a bit more, because with the bridging you need quite like a fairly average core strength to do it. You don't need much of it, but it will improve it. But like with bridging, some people might find it hard, or like might not have much of a core strength, and also your hamstrings are involved, so when you're doing leg raises it also targets them, so that's more of a recline. And the next one is a standing hamstring curl. So this provides more resistance than the lying curl, leg curl, as it works each leg individually. And a knee flexion extension laying down would be a minus regression, that'd be -1. And then sitting on a chair like athlete 1 did, just so it takes less pressure off on the balancing on one leg kind of situation. And then +1 is a weighted hamstring curl, so you could wear it ankle weight. And then +2 would be increase the weight, or like use a resistance band again, so hook it on the weight on the leg that's standing down, and then put it up with the one that's flicking up. And these are all done with 8 and 10 reps for 3 sets. All of them are at 3 sets and at 30 seconds, apart from the squats, which are 20 seconds, just because they're still they're fairly easy movements to do, and because they do go only to 10-degree squats, you can have a bit of less recovery time on that one. Phase 3. The first exercise is sumo squats, because it develops your balance and stability, and it will target your hamstrings and glutes. You can add resistance bands for this one, so you can put it around your quads, and you can really feel the tension in your quads and your hamstrings and your glutes when you pull back up. And then the weighted sumo squats, so grab a barbell or a dumbbell, whatever you feel better with, and squat back down on that. And then -1 regression is a normal squat, just a normal body weight squat, as you can see in the photo here. And then again, if you can't do sumo squats, you can either revert back to a normal squat, just a normal body weight squat, or a wall sit again. So you're in the squat position, you're holding it, so you're trying to do like a sumo wall sit, so you target more of your hamstrings rather than your quads. Then the second exercise is lunges, because they increase balance, improve your core stability, develop your glute strength, and improve hip flexibility. The first +1 is adding resistance bands, and 2 then using a balance board. So you could use a wobble board, which will do your core strength quite a bit. and obviously then you can see your weakness, like either in your knee or whether it's your hips, and you can identify those and then work on them. If it wobbles too much. And then -1 regression is walking pace lunges, so you don't have to go fast. You could do like one leg at a time and then switch to alternate legs. Or -2, if you don't feel like walking, if it's too much, if it's too painful, you can just do some static side lunges, or even like static forward and side lunges, so you're doing like lateral movements. And then the third one is ball rolls. So for a regression, you can use body weight heel slides. So you can do them, so they'll be bridged. And then the one in black, if we remove that no fill, you can just do heel slides on the floor, so you're laying down and doing them instead of being bridged like he is on the photo. And then obviously the +1 is bridged, as normal, and then +2 is add a resistance band or add a Swiss ball to make it harder, so it works more of your core, and you're trying to control that stability and balance and get that coordination going on. And then that obviously improves your core stability, and exercise ball rolls targets your hamstrings. Then the fourth one is stationary bike cycle. You can add a resistance onto it to make it harder, and then you'd increase the resistance again to make it even harder. And then for regression, you decrease the resistance, and then instead of doing any cycling at all, get on the floor, lie flat on your back, and then do some alternate bent leg raises. So I'll try to find a photo. So you're in this position, and you just use, so you just she's not doing it very well, but so you're in this position at the top, and then you're just purely putting one leg down at a time but straightening it out, so it looks a lot easier on the photo than it would be, because it does your core as well. And then those were all done for 10 reps, and the cycling was done for 5 minutes rest, 5 minutes cycling, and that was done for 3 sets. These are all done for 3 sets at 30 seconds rest, and the exercises were done at 10 reps. Going on to sports specific training, rope work will, as a regression, you can do medicine ball squats and then just bodyweight squats as an even easier option. +1 would be sidestepping rope work, and then +2 you'd increase the duration that you do that for. That's at 10 reps with 3 sets for 2 minutes rest, because I think it improves your jump height, it's core strength, and it develops your back strength. But having done these before, I know it's actually a little bit of cardio as well involved, and it kicks in your anaerobic system, and it's 2 minutes, I think, it's quite a good rest time, because 30 seconds you just wouldn't be refueled enough. Hoop runs improves agility, develops your speed, improves an anaerobic fitness. Then +1 would be ladder runs, because it's like an even finer space to put your feet in. And then mini hurdles, so you're getting that hip flexion in it as well. And then quick feet on the spot, just on a bit of space on your own for regression, and then decrease the speed on the spot and maybe just walk it if it does get too painful to move it. So that's 10 seconds. 10 reps with 3 sets and 30 seconds as well. Then the third one is sidestepping between sticks, using jogging using a ball, the first regression, and then sprinting using a ball just to add a bit of weight. Then -1 regression is jogging from the goal line to the edge of the box, and then -2 is just you're decreasing the distance that you jog, so you're jogging from the goal line to the 6-yard line. And then those will improve acceleration and speed and your agility, as you can see in the photo. The last one is shuttle runs. These develop acceleration, speed, improve anaerobic fitness, develop strength for ACLs, it requires change in direction, so it also helps hamstring tear. So for progression, it's increase and decrease speed, add ankle weights, decrease the distance, and then walking pace, and then it's done for 10 reps.